everyone, it's Mrs. P with Budget with Mrs. P. Today on my channel I am going to work on my budget for the week of January 18th through the 24th. Today is Monday, January 15th. We are home from school. It's a holiday. We were supposed to get some snow, but we haven't got any snow yet. We're still waiting. We love to get snow around here. Just kind of slows everything down, and you know, it's kind of peaceful. I really hate it for the people who, you know, have to get out in it and work in it, but for us and our family, we really do get excited when the white stuff comes down. So remember me saying in the last few budget videos that I had to use the rollover, not to put towards debt, but to save for the bill heavy weeks. Well, this is one of the bill heavy weeks, and you will see that because this section with my bills and expensive will be full. And so that's why I have to kind of plan ahead and save the slow weeks, you know, the extra money to put towards weeks like this. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in and get you started, or get us started. All right, so we are going to do the week of January 18th through January 24th. I can't believe that I'm already budgeting this far in January. Typically, I feel like January is one of the slowest months of the year, but for whatever reason, it's really flown by this time. So if you watched my last budget video, I anticipated a little over $400 to be rolled over. I haven't got, you know, we haven't finished out this week, so I don't know exactly how much rollover I will have, but I'm going to go ahead and just put an estimated $400. Mr. P, I'm going to say $1,000. This week, or this paycheck shouldn't have any holiday pay on it, but he did have an appointment. He had to take half a day off, so I don't know if that's going to affect his pay or not. I'm hoping it's still at least $1,000, but it could come in less, which is going to hurt because this week we really need all the money we can get. All right, and so other would be payments from either my boys or my mother or father-in-law going towards their phone payments, insurance payments, things like that. We just keep it like with the phones. My parents, they save money, and my adult children save money by being on our plan, and then they just send me the money. So I'm expecting $155 coming from other. All right, so then my income total for this week should be around $1,555. Okay, so the first thing that's going to come out in our bills should be Geico. This is insurance that my husband has on his Gator and his lawnmower. Apple Music. This is a subscription my husband uses. He travels, like his job is to, you know, he has to travel at least a couple hours every day to work. He commutes. He's a tech. He goes, you know, travels all the time, and so this keeps him entertained. He loves to listen to music. He's actually a musician, and this week is one of his hobbies that comes out. You know, I give him less blow money than I give myself, and that's because he has hobbies, and one of those is playing music. All right, so Netflix will come out, and it's around $17. Power and internet, those are paid together. Our power company has fiber optic, and that's what internet we use. We have kind of the middle of the road plan because we don't have any TV like Dish or DirecTV, so we stream everything. So we kind of have to have, you know, service that's going to, you know, work with that. Our power bill was actually lower than I expected. Next month's power bill should be higher. Much higher. We've had a lot of cold weather. So $279 for power. Then I've got Spotify. Now, we do have 2 music subscriptions. My daughter does not like Apple Music. She's got a Spotify account she uses like exclusively for music, and so that is going to be $12. I tried getting rid of that and having her use the Apple Music. She was not a happy camper, so I decided just to go ahead and let her keep her Spotify. All right, Hulu. We got the Black Friday deal. It includes Disney, so it's $5 max. We also got a Black Friday deal. It's around $4. We'll only have that through like May, and then we'll get rid of it because it was only a 6-month deal. And then Peacock, and that will be $3. All right, next is our big one, cell phones. But like I said before, we have 7 phone plans, or 7 phones on this plan. Everybody pays their own phone bill with the exception of my daughter, who's 13. All right, so that's going to be $362. And then Mr. P's Hobby comes out this week. One of them. And it's something to do with his music. I don't know. That stuff, makes no sense to me. But anyway, it's $60. So the total for our bills and expenses section is going to be $781. And that will leave us $774 left over. All right, so then I'm going to move down to our savings and sinking fund section. First is our month ahead. I'm going to say we're going to put $150 into my month ahead binder. If for some reason my husband's check comes in lower than what we anticipate, I'm going to half this. I'll put $75 in month ahead. So $774, I've got to bring that down. And then sinking funds, this is a very light week with sinking funds. And we're only going to do $85 towards sinking funds. And then savings, 0, because we already have our emergency fund. All right, so this section adds up to be $235, and that will leave us $539 remaining. All right, so then I'm going to move this over to our cash envelopes. This is our variable expenses. So that would be $539 goes here. And so in this section is everything that I cash plan for my wallet except for gas. Gas is something I budget for, but I don't pull the cash out. I just use my debit card. All right, so groceries is going to be $125. Now, groceries, typically we give $150, but I am trying to eat more out of the pantry and stuff. This has been hard to do, even with a fully stocked freezer and pantry. Just the prices of groceries are so expensive. All right, but we're doing it. We're not going to use more than we budget for. So then we've got pet supplies, and they're going to get $25. Household covers toothpaste, toilet paper, shampoo, anything like that we would use, like toiletries. That's $20. Mr. P gets $20 for his wallet. Mrs. P, that's me, I will get $40 for my wallet. And Miss P, our daughter, will get $20 as well. All right, sporting events. This is just to get us into ball games. Basketball season, the middle school basketball season is winding down. We're doing like tournaments and stuff this week. So even though that will end, I'll still stuff this because soccer season is right around the corner. And with soccer season, there's a whole lot more travel involved. We're in a small town, and so in order for our girls to have somebody to play, we have to travel. So let's see here, that's going to be $20 this week. All right, eating out. We are doing a no spend January, so no eating out, no extra spending, no buying things that we do not have to have. So that's going to be 0. So far, so good. We've not eaten out any. Gas, I'm going to budget $60. And then I always leave a line for unbudgeted, just in case something comes up that we weren't expecting. So far, I've got pretty much all the kinks worked out. It took a while for us to get with our budget, like make sure that we were accounting for all the subscriptions that came out, the like annual expenses, quarterly expenses, things like that. It takes a while to really perfect your budget and make sure that you're covering every expense. So far we haven't had any surprises, and I don't anticipate any. So anyway, this section's going to add up to be $330, which will leave us $209. See, we're almost at zero already, and we still have a debt this week. All right, so we've got $209, and then in the debt section, we've got our uplift. It's our 0% interest loan that we took out to cover our cruise. This is the last time I'm going to use uplift. I will now budget for the cruise or vacation or whatever, but since it's 0% interest and I would have been putting that money aside, I don't feel too terrible about it, but it's still a debt, so it's $157. And then I always leave a spot for the snowball, so if any extra money comes in that we weren't expecting, or my husband's check is way more than what we expected, then it will go towards the snowball. Okay, so this section adds up to $157, leaving us a whopping $52 to roll over. So that's what we anticipate, is $52 to roll over to the next week, which is also bill heavy. So we're gonna have to really watch it and do, be real careful with our spending, no extra stuff. Most months are not this tight. It's just that I had spent extra money from my check to pay off some debt that I wanted, eliminated by the end of the year 2023. So that kind of put us in a tighter spot for January. But it was just something that I felt I needed to do because I wanted, to start 2024 with as little debt as possible. So I'd worked the numbers and I thought, you know what, we can do it. If we do a low spend January, we don't eat out, we don't do anything extra, no fun stuff, then we can do it. And so far we've been doing it. So as long as we stick to the budget, we should be okay. So this is our weekly budget. This is how I set it up. Sometimes I get, kind of anxious and work ahead just to make sure the numbers, are going to work. I think that anybody that has to, budget paycheck to paycheck kind of has to do that just to make sure, I am rolling over enough. Because if we had spent the money from the rollover towards debt, yes, it would have paid down our debt, but then we wouldn't have had enough money to cover our expenses for, weeks later on in the month. So anyway, that's my budget. I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave those in the comments below. I've really enjoyed interacting with you guys and answering your questions or sharing my templates because, these are just templates that I created just based on looking at other people's stuff. That's why I don't feel comfortable, selling them, but I will share them. So if you want a copy of this template, just let me know in the comments and I'll be glad to share it with you. And we'll be doing our weekly check-in for this current week, probably Wednesday, so that we can get ready for the coming, make sure everything matches. So anyway, thank you for joining, and I will talk to you later. Bye.